And now we will be showing you our interview that we had back on Tuesday with Kevin Lyman, who is the founder and producer of the Warped Tour and many other concerts and festivals. Let's check that out.
We are here now with Kevin Lyman, live via Skype from LA. He is the founder and producer of the
Vans Warped Tour.
Vans Warped Tour, live with us here. Kevin, can you please talk to us a little bit about now it's the longest running travel music festival in the world today. It's the 20th anniversary. Talk about a little bit of the founding and the past of the Warped Tour.
Actually, this will be our 21st summer on the road. It started in 1995, and it's been, we've been out there every summer. I never thought it'd go this long. It was supposed to be one last summer before I was going to go be a school teacher, and decided to go out with some friends and build a skateboard ramp. And I got a few bands together, like No Doubt and Sublime and Quicksand, and some bands that were small at that point. We went out on the road.
What do people have to look forward to with this year's show as opposed to maybe a little bit different from the past?
Well, the biggest new addition this year is we're adding a comedy tent and we'll be announcing those comedians in the next couple of weeks, and really excited about that. I mean, comedy's kind of blended and become part of culture. So, Warped Tour always is trying to be kind of reflective of what's kind of going on with current culture. And, this line, so having these comedians out, we're going to see how that works. I was just down at South by Southwest, and I met with a lot of people in the comedy world, and they're excited about it. And Joe Sib, who is actually my partner on Side One Dummy Records that I'm part of, is a comedian. He's actually doing a lot of stand-up, and we've been talking about doing this, so we're actually pulled the trigger on that. And just like how, I know in some ways it's tricky, but, Warp becoming as eclectic a lineup as it is. I think this year there's bands that, like Night Riots and Moose Blood and some of these bands that I just know in a year or two, everyone's going to be going, wait a second, didn't that band start on Warped Tour? So, just like that, it's a great, I still think a great value for people to come out and have a great day at Warped Tour.
So it sounds like you kind of just happened into this sort of career path. Do you have any advice for students who are interested in this type of production? It's not exactly like, film production or TV production, but it's the festival production. It's a little bit different of an animal.
Well, I've been talking to a lot of colleges and universities and talking to a lot of kids. I did a lot of mentoring down at South by, and, it's kind of like creating your opportunity and, that event planning. I say that, the funniest thing that you can ever do is probably work for a wedding planner if you want to go into this business. Work for it because that's the most pressure packed. I would never want to plan a wedding. I would never want to deal with that. But I said that's like encapsulates what festivals are. A lot of stuff happening when you have one chance to get it right. Unlike film where you can take a cut and redo it, recut, or recording in a studio, you have one shot at getting it right when you're putting on a live event. So it's, learning how to deal with so many different personalities and people. But, I always say to students, get as involved in your school events as possible. Utilize your time while you're there, and just kind of create those opportunities. Volunteer work. I know you're all used to being broke when you're in college. So it's, just if you can volunteer and be involved, if you can do it, utilize that time well.
So you've worked on not only Warped Tour, but it seems like you've worked on several other productions with Forfini Productions. Is that correct? Forfini Incorporated?
Yeah, Forfini was a name that I had my daughter in 1995, and I needed to start a corporation around it. So her nickname was the Feeny. So all the money was Forfini that I would earn. And my other daughter asked me where that comes from. But I have been lucky enough to, I still have to actively lead the Mayhem Festival. We're doing a Taste of Chaos reunion this fall, and I'm doing this Punk's Not Dead festival in California this year. Got to work on a lot of different things, Liquid Mix tours, Oh Brother, We're Out There Down from the Mountain with T-Bone Ed. So it's been a good ride. I've been very lucky to get to do what I do. Some people, it's not some days, it's just like any job. But when you sit down and the rare moments I get to reflect on what I've done over the last 35 years, I'm pretty lucky, but sometimes some people say that hard work sometimes will overcome luck, and you came together in the right way.
Definitely try to make it over to the East Coast one of these times. We'd love to see anything you're working on over here.
Well, thanks so much, Kevin.
Please do. Come track me down, and I'd love to host you at a show sometime.